What is going on, everybody? It is Krieg, and I am back with movie review 34. And I tell you what, you might see the title and you think no, this isn't going to be good. It's, your typical low budget horror flick, Massacre Academy. It even has the staples of such, and as you have Dave Sheridan and Phyllis Rose having minor parts in this. But I tell you what, and I don't know if it's because the director and the writer, who's the same person, clearly enjoyed a movie I did back in the day, or not. But I like this movie a lot. The reason I say the writer or the director might have enjoyed a movie I saw is there's a lot of less Boy Scout in here. The one detective is John Hallenbeck instead of Joe Hallenbeck, and even at the end, it's not anywhere near in the same context or as good as it was in Last Boy Scout. But the one girl, like, touch me again, I'll kill you. It took a while to pay it off, but again, just like from Last Boy Scout, she did do that. I am surprised at how much I like this movie, because I kind of just picked on Tubi to have something in the background while I was doing a little bit of while I was doing some work on my computer, and I didn't get a lot of work done because I kept watching it. It was fun. It was set in '87, which was nice. They had some reference, you get nostalgic for stuff. At one point, they were talking about we should go see the Lost Boys. It was funny because the one woman goes like, no, she was the lesbian character. And like, Jamie Goetz is in it, and she's in like a corset or something. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe we can go see that. I thought that was funny. I thought that was good. They didn't really throw too much music from the '80s in. Me being an old guy now, and I like the '80s music. I wouldn't have minded it, but we did get a little Quiet Riot. I'm not going to. I mean, I spoiled the ending, I guess, kinda, when I said, "Touch me again, I'll kill you." But there's a lot to it, and in movies like this, does it really matter? The killer gets killed, maybe sometimes, but it was for what it is. I'm going to look up the director. I actually had it queued, and it went away. And so it's like, oh, I had that open. Now I wish I had it. Mark Cantu is the director and the writer, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to look into some of his other stuff, because in this world, in this niche, sort of, where you have the lesser budget and still do something quality, like they had really. And again, I put this on scales because of budget, but I liked that. I thought the practical effects was really well done. You had face smashings and tearings. There was even some corny jokes, like, the one guy came in and when the massacre in the dorm was happening, like the one guy was just cracked his own neck, which was, I don't think you physically can do that, but that's okay. It had elements of other horror movies in it. They had one of those like Michael Myers standoffs through the window, some like H2O, like with doors closed and they're both standing there and like looking at each other. It was a smart final girl. She had a gun, and she bought extra bullets. When do you ever see that? That's something that is pretty unique too to me. Although she didn't use a gun at the end. The end almost had some death proof elements to it for me too. It was all over the place for me, this film. Like, I was trying to see where like Last Boy Scout, definitely this director, I'm confident he's a fan, because you had allusions to different things throughout, not just a name and not just that line. But if you know, you'll find it. If you don't, go watch Last Boy Scout. I know it's from the '90s, and some of you might not have been born then who are watching this, but that is one of the better Bruce Willis movies. Plus, for those of you horror fans, you got Danielle Harris in it too, so that's kind of neat. And she's cool in it, especially when she does the thing she does with the puppet. Go watch it, you'll see. But I definitely recommend this movie. I don't want to get too over the top. So like, even as I turn on my camera to record this, I'm like, what do I rate it? Am I gonna rate it to say like, I mean, last two movies I did were both in the sixes, and you know what? For different reasons, I think this deserves to be there too. Again, like, if you've been following this channel, the low the budget is, unless it's real, just a horseshit thing. Like, I am a little more open to a higher rating. But even if this has a big budget, it's the same thing. It's definitely worth watching, and this is something I'm going to look to pick up. Maybe it's available on a site like Screen Team Releasing or something, or maybe somewhere else. I'm going to try to track it down, and I'm definitely going to look into the director for some more stuff. But I will give it. I liked it. It was at least as good as Founders Day was. So I liked Abigail more, but I'll say 6.25, and I definitely have not had three movies in the sixes at any point this series. So maybe things are looking up. A movie that I am ecstatic to watch. I already have the thumbnail made for it, and I didn't even know it was out. Thankfully, Dal Hook, Mr. Meat Hook, I don't know if he still does it, YouTube, posted on his Facebook his watch. I'm like, that's out? That's available? Where is it? And it's on Tubi. So the next movie you're going to see is Bride of Killer Pinata. And if it is anything like Killer Pinata, I'm going to have 4 movies at least in the 6s. We'll see. But that said, folks, thanks for checking out my video. If you stuck around this long, by all means, make sure you take part in the contest. I had at least 5 8x10 autos. It's just a couple of links down. Go find it. In fact, I will reward you for going this far into it. I will give you one of the answers. The series that I dislike the most. Not dislike the most. I think is most overrated. Most this, most that. Like, someone did guess Children of the Corn in my comments. It's not Children of the Corn. I don't like Children of the Corn, but it's not as elevated as this one. Hellraiser. I'm not a big fan of the Hellraiser series. I like Doug Bradley and a lot of other films, just not Hellraiser. But that's it, folks. Now, thanks for checking out my video. Peace.